Hello, this is the second lesson for Chapter 5. Right now we're going to be talking about objective number 6. We have certain types of drill jigs we're going to be talking about here. There's plate, angle plate, universal, leaf, channel, and tumble box jigs. So let's talk about objective number 6. The first one here is the plate jig. A plate jig uses a plate as the main structural member which carries the drill or the liner bushing. We'll have some examples on slide number 14 I mean. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. We have a part. This is a plate. The plate has the bushings built into it, and the plate holds the part. Okay, so in this case the plate is the top surface, the part goes underneath. Here we have a screw locator, a threaded locator that's pushing the part up against the datum pins like we learned in chapter 4. In this case we have a clamping screw and the plate sits up on top. These would be supports for the plate that keeps the part like up off the surface of the table. And here we have the drill bushings for drilling the holes into the part. And then here's a sandwich plate where the part is sandwiched between two plates. There's a backing plate that supports the work, and then the part mounts here, and then the drill plate's on top. So that is a plate jig. Now angle plate jig's a little bit different in that it has an angle plate, pretty much as told. Okay, so this one, it supports the part here, and then you have the drill bushings up on top that guide the tool to make the holes in the part. That's an angle plate bushing. Then universal jigs. The universal jigs can be easily adjusted to suit many jobs. So if you look at this part here, we've got a V locator for locating the part. We've got a threaded locator here that stops the part. We've got the drill bushings right up in here. So in this case, on this other one, we have a V block surface in here for a cylindrical part. We have a stop here. We have a clamp that holds it down. And then there's a base on both of these. So that's a universal jig. So compare this jig to the universal jig on the previous slide, in which case we have a workpiece and we have a flexible jig here that can be used to do many different jobs. A leaf jig. A leaf jig is small and it usually incorporates a hinged leaf. So you can open the jig up for loading and unloading the part and then close it back down and then easily lock it in place for drilling your holes. Here's your drill bushings for the operations. Tumble box jig. Okay, this one is used where you have multiple surfaces that need operations on. So used to drill holes in multiple surfaces without reposition the part. So it's a beautiful thing to lock the part in place and be able to get the holes drilled on all three surfaces of this part without having to move it. Okay, the next one would be an index jig. What we usually do with an index jig is to drill radial holes in a pattern. Okay, here's the drill bushing. What we would do is we put the part in there, and then we can index the part to the next and then drill another hole, index the part. So in this case here you have an index pin that holds the part in the orientation, and then you're going to drill the hole here. And then you can index the part to the next location and drill another hole. There's a locating pin, and then here's the drill bushing. Another common type of drill jig is a modified vise. And these are just mill vices with special jaws built into them to allow you to hold the part. Okay, so what he's got here is he's got the drill bushing is machined and screwed to the vise of the jaw vise, and that allows you to drill the holes. Here's a collet fixture. Collet fixtures are used for clamping and holding round parts for drilling and tapping and other processes. We're going to start a third movie and talk about drill jig bushings. So, see you then.